Now, it's obvious that Stanislavski is a huge influence. Do you have any other influences?
I do. I mean, I get influenced from any great performance, and anytime I see an actor really make me feel something, that's what I'm after. Can the actor make me feel something when it's finished, when the experience is finished? I like entertainment and I like to watch things that make me laugh and all of that, but after it's over, do I walk away contemplating the world I live in or the person that I am or the people that are around me? If an actor can do that, then that actor is going to influence me. In terms of my process, no. I mean, you can talk about Meisner, Stella Adler, Jack Garfind, or Strasberg, on and on and on. They all came from Stanislavski, all of them. It was the first real method, the first real system that people took and adapted to their own, and I've done the same thing, just like all of those great teachers that I mentioned. So I mean, that's what works for me, and like Kai said, our process is a little different, but it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just the language that changes.
It's like, especially again, this is a great thing, especially for the actors who've been burned by the method, because America has kind of bastardized what the method is, and there's been a lot of bad method teachers because it's easily sold to people. We're in a film town. We're in a film business, and filming is about peeling away so we get to your immortal soul, so the camera can catch it, so it moves their immortal soul through the story and your choices of the character. And Jamie's way of teaching is a hybrid. I like to call it a hybrid. But it is based on Stanislavski before it got, I would say, just corrupted by what we do in America. We corrupt something that's very pure, and how can we sell it to the masses to make money, not great art. And what Jamie's been able to do here, and the actors here at the Atwater Playhouse, is they've been able to just take these pieces and apply it to modern day film work, which is what really turns me on. And to theater too. No disrespect to theater, because these guys are great theater actors. But it's the process of what he's saying is his work teaches you to say the character and you are one. Okay, and the story should peel you away so that the audience can see who you are, your immortal soul.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that has happened with the method is there's this thing called emotional memory, right? And basically, in a nutshell, what it is taking your experiences as a human being, as an artist, Kip, Kai, Jamie, whoever it is. We've all had emotional experiences that run the gamut in our entire lives, right? There are no mysteries out there. We know what the range of emotion is. And by the time you get into your teens or into your early 20s, you've had pretty much every experience you're going to have. You may have repeated new versions at a new age. The point is that you know these emotions. And so when you're portraying a character on stage or in front of a camera, because there is no difference in our approach, I want to really emphasize that. Our approach is such that we take the actors' lives and the experiences that they've had and try to find synonymous moments that the character is having based on the story and what's going on in the scene or scenes. It's not a mystery and it's not magic. It's simply using your own life, who you are as an artist, and applying it to the character. Just like a musician. How many fantastic musicians are they? You can give each of them the same guitar, ask them to even play the same song, and you're going to hear 10 different versions. And all of them are going to be worthy, and all of them are going to be art. But that musician will just inherently put himself into that song. Actors don't do that. Actors, too many times, who aren't trained, worry about the presentation, work from the outside in, and try to create something that isn't of themselves. Stanislavski says the minute that you stop playing yourself, you're acting. And of course, in his theater, he had a big sign that said, "No acting, please," which means he wants to see you, Kip, or you, Kai, or me, Jamie, play that role as we see it. And as we work with the director, there are as many Hamlets as there are to play him, he used to like to say.
You're deep, man.
Yeah, he's great. And you know what? And he teaches you an active way to constantly approach, especially for film. You have to be constantly being active.
And you have to be able to repeat the process.
Yes, 18, 20, 30
That's
takes,
right.
40 takes.
How many takes can you have? And
Yeah.
so whenever you have something like that to draw from your real life, and then you know you've done the kind of work that you need to do about the character and about the story, and you know what you're after, then you can have the actor and the character merge and become one. And so then hopefully you get these realistic performances. you know, so many times, like I said, the method gets bashed, but let's face it, when we go to a movie and we see a great performance, not one moment, for not 1 second, do you disbelieve that Daniel Day-Lewis is that person. Not for a moment. You watch There Will Be Blood or any of his performances or any of the great method actors, and the entire time you're not sitting around questioning what he did or whether you thought it worked or any of that. You are seeing the story from that character's eyes because Daniel Day-Lewis inhabits the character. He takes himself, merges it with the character, and tells the story. One being, lives the role. And that's what we're after. Of course, you can't just jump in and do it. It takes a process, and that's what the method is.
Now, Kai, I want to know, your character, was it Calvin in Captain?
Yeah, Calvin, yeah.
How much of you is in Calvin?
All of it.
Yeah?
All of it. I mean,
It's a great question.
yeah, all of it. Calvin, I never had to, once after the rehearsal process, there was never, and Jamie used to be back there, used to see us back there. I never once prepared for anything. He'd be like, okay, 2 minutes, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Because it was me. I mean, if you prepare, it's like an athlete. If you work out the gym every day and you go to practice, the game is just time to play. Calvin's big deal was he just wanted to do what was right, and he was a guy who never really could do it right. He always
Story
screwed it
of
up.
redemption. It's
Yeah,
a chance
yeah.
for him to get it right one last time.
Yeah, you know, and in doing so, that was the big construction of Calvin, was in doing so, not only was he helping these other people in the camp, but he was being helped through that. And that was me, that was very important for me to solve one of my issues that day. And then I would use the story and me being honest with the other actors and try to solve a problem. And if you're honest, if you're truly honest and you do the work and you know your lines, magic happens.
You guys definitely got that communion thing
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Listen, guys, it was a pleasure having you in. We got to wrap it up, but we're definitely going to have you back in when you have Cab Fugue, the movie, and the LA Native. Can't wait to see it. All right? Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You have to catch us next week. Hope all your gates are good. We'll see you then. Bye.